Seuls les meilleurs combattants
Champion of the world!
arrivent à devenir champions de l'UFC.
Still undisputed!
Mais les rares à avoir sans cesse défendu leur titre
He continues to just destroy and dominate.
pourraient un jour être vus comme les meilleurs de tous les temps.
These two men have beaten everyone anyone has put in front of them and done so in a spectacular way.
Le champion des mi-lourds de l'UFC, Jon Jones,
He is the present and he is the future.
et le champion en titre des mi-moyens, Tyron Woodley,
This guy is one of the greatest welterweight champs of all time.
sont sur le point d'obtenir ce statut légendaire.
He might be the greatest talent that we've ever seen in the UFC.
C'est une chose d'être nommé le meilleur, mais c'en est une autre de le prouver.
Greatness is an opinion, but dominance, that can't be disputed.
This indomitable spirit, this will to win. Jon Jones is not willing to lose.
My goal is to be considered the most badass and the most dominant.
Tyron Woodley's landing bombs.
It's not just going out there and beating guys, it's destroying them.
The path to welterweight gold still goes through Missouri.
I wanted to be Tyron Woodley and everybody else.
Gold's right there. They got to come get it.
À l'UFC 235 à Las Vegas, les champions affronteront des aspirants tenaces
Get ready, I'm a problem.
qui créent leur propre légende.
Oh, big kick from Lionheart. That is a fighter's fighter right there.
Anthony Lionheart Smith est passé chez les mi-lourds avec fracas,
Anthony Lionheart Smith by knockout tonight.
obtenant un combat pour le titre contre Jones avec 3 violentes fins de combat en moins de 5 mois.
Just cerebral, clinical destruction all the way through.
I don't care what he's done. I don't care who he's beat. I'm going to finish Jon Jones.
Hey, make sure we're calculating that violence.
Puis, l'aspirant mi-moyen Kamaru Usman, fort d'une série de 13 victoires consécutives,
Oh! He's relentless. You get up, he's going to put you back down.
se battra pour le titre de Woodley en demi-finale.
I'm coming for that welterweight strap.
The Nigerian Nightmare!
This is going to be the passing of the torch. Tyron Woodley's going to pass that belt to me.
They think they want some.
He's getting smashed.
They don't really want none.
Découvrez les coulisses des champions dominants et des aspirants intrépides qui vont s'affronter dans la capitale du combat. Voici le décompte de l'UFC 235. Il y a plusieurs années, l'un des meilleurs combattants au monde émerge dans une petite ville du nord de l'État de New York. Les environs calmes d'Ithaca sont aussi paisibles que le jeune Jon Jones.
Home sweet home. Welcome to New York, ladies and gentlemen.
À 22 ans, il part vers l'ouest pour développer ses habiletés improbables. Il ressent l'appel des arts martiaux mixtes et il s'établit à la Jackson Wink Academy à Albuquerque.
So remember, our second ground and pound position is he has the inside control, so I put this flat on the mat and I'm pushing my hips back. So if he tries to sweep me back over this way, they see how I'm fighting it. My weight is back and I'm blocking his hips out here. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody got it? Let's go.
The Jon from the early days was one of gratitude and gratefulness, and I still see a lot of that in him.
He's matured quite a bit, but he always wants to have fun.
He's charismatic, a great teammate, a great student, a family man. But the best fighters, for as charismatic and as charming as they can be, also have a very dark side where they're not afraid to really hurt someone.
Jones est un prodige. Il devient rapidement le plus jeune champion de l'histoire de l'UFC avec une inquiétante affinité pour la violence.
He's got a choke. He may be out. Oh. Man. He hurt him. Now he's going for a Kimura. T-tap.
All over Sutton right here in the first round.
When I go out there, I am just in my comfort zone, doing what I genuinely feel I was put on earth to do. I just go and be the artist that I am, make a beautiful masterpiece.
Jon Jones is imposing his will on Glover in this fight. Oh! He's really taking it to DC. Oh, man. Owens is in huge trouble here.
That's a heavy takedown.
Jones démolit ses adversaires lors de 12 combats consécutifs pour le titre.
Jon Jones has done it!
Wow!
Ce qui l'a récemment conduit à Los Angeles pour un combat revanche contre celui qui a passé le plus proche de le battre.
This man is ubiquitously regarded as the greatest mixed martial arts athlete to step foot inside that octagon. And tonight, the #2 ranked light heavyweight contender, Alexander Gustafsson, trying to become the first Swede to break through and win a UFC title. And he believes he is a far better version than the one Jon Jones saw back in 2013.
What you see with Jon is unprecedented talent, and he's a man who figures out a way to win. And he has done that over and over again against the best light heavyweights on the planet Earth.
Jon Jones, Alexander Gustafsson. The rematch is upon us.
You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Head on, let's go!
A lot of reading of range and timing going on right now to keep things offset. Guessing.
Oh, lead elbow from Jones lands.
And a nice front kick to the body as well.
Gustafsson continuing to switch up the footwork, moves as well as any light heavyweight.
Jon's doing a good job keeping him at kick range.
Nice body kick and then an inside leg kick by Jones. There he goes. Now Gustafsson's opening up, and Jon Jones with a kick to the body. And there's a knee on the break by Jon. Oh, strong kick by Jon. Oh, he hurt him with that one. I think Alex's left leg is hurt.
Good entry there by Jones. He gets his first takedown.
Elbows by Jones.
As long as Jon hooks that leg, he's not getting up. Now he's got a half Nelson here to keep Alex from bellying out.
He's going to take Alex's back. This is a bad position for Alex. He's got to scramble out of here. Oh, big shots. Big shots by Jon Jones. Gustafsson's in trouble. That's it.
Jones has regained the throne.
Wow.
Masterfully done to potentially cap his rivalry here with Alexander Gustafsson.
UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Jon Bones Jones!
We'll see what is next, but tonight belongs to Johnny Bones.
Woo, thank you, Mama. Woo.
So, Jon, would you take on this guy here at the desk, Anthony Smith?
Bro, I will defeat whoever I have to defeat.
Jon, what do you have planned in July?
July? Bro, I got you in July, if that's what it's gonna be. I got anybody, bro. You know I'm not worried about a damn thing. You know that.
Le souhait du mi-lourd de l'UFC, Anthony Smith, d'affronter Jon Jones se réalise plus tôt que prévu. Mais la planification rapide d'un combat pour le titre contre le champion à l'UFC 235 n'a rien de nouveau pour l'homme qui saute sur les occasions depuis le début.
I was kind of floating around life and not really knowing what I was going to do. I had just dropped out of high school, and I went into a Subway with just a buddy of mine to go get some food, and I seen a flyer for an amateur fight night in Omaha. I don't know, for whatever reason, I thought that this sounded like a good idea to try it.
I'll be back in that stance defensively when you're done. Get in that low wrestling stance.
I wasn't very good. I loved it, though.
There you go.
From Omaha, Nebraska, Anthony the Lionheart Smith.
Le combattant surnommé Lionheart fait d'abord ses preuves chez les 185 livres.
That is just insanity.
En se battant souvent et en gagnant de façon convaincante.
Looking for the triangle choke is Lionheart Anthony Smith.
I've had 44 professional fights, and I had 30 amateur fights. I just love this. I can't think of anything else that I'd want to do.
Huge knee. Here comes Anthony Smith turning things on, and that is it.
Sometimes being in the octagon is the only place that I really feel I belong.
Before I say anything else, Dana White, my name's Anthony Smith, and I'd like a shot.
This is the kind of walk that every fighter wants to make
to the UFC octagon. He's finally here.
Smith s'intègre bien dans l'UFC grâce à son approche agressive.
And Smith is chewing him up.
Et il anéantit les poids moyens.
Oh, drops him with the elbow. What a frame for the middleweight division at 6'5". Oh, big kick from Lionheart. That is a fighter's fighter right there. That one got Lombard's attention.
Anthony, you know my name yet? You know my name yet?
That right hand's landing. It's over. That's it.
Anthony Smith,
he has as much momentum in the big show as he has ever had.
Mais une série de 3 KO est interrompue par la plus grande leçon de sa vie.
Look out. That will do it.
I competed at middleweight for about 10 years. I thought that I was doing the right thing by cutting down to the lowest weight class that I could make it to, thinking that I was gaining an advantage.
Nice and tight.
And I just decided that it wasn't fair to me, it wasn't fair to my coaches, it wasn't fair to my family to be bringing a subpar product into the octagon.
Hey, guys, once we're done with the warm-up, we're going to head back this way. We got ladder drills to start, guys.
Anthony Smith a disputé plus de 70 combats amateurs et professionnels à 185 livres.
Rhythm and tempo, guys. Ball to foot contact.
Il entreprend donc une transformation qui n'avait que trop tardé.
Back here.
Et passe pour de bon chez les mi-lourds.
You guys are going to go 6 positional get-ups, right? As you guys come up, attack it. Sense of urgency. Go. You just see a different kind of athlete when they start to deplete their calories and they're dehydrated, they're coming in irritated. But when you're not having to do such a big weight cut, we can really work on that performance aspect. Good push, good pace, and just really power through everything that he has to do in a fight camp. 3, 2, 1, let's see it. Give me 6. Let's get up. We don't slow down.
It's been a day and night difference. I'm much happier. I'm not cutting weight almost at all.
Break the wall, gentlemen, let's go. Drive, break it.
I'm able to go into the fights and bring the product that I build in the gym to the actual competition, and it makes a huge difference.
In 3, 2, 1, here you go. Shadow box, 30 seconds. Snap it, Lionheart. Yes. Good movement. Don't stay in one spot.
The new light heavyweight contender, Anthony Lionheart Smith, is just getting started in the 205-pound division.
Hey, make sure we're calculating that violence.
There it is. That's it. That's it.
And one for good measure, Anthony Lionheart Smith by knockout tonight.
Do it again. Too high.
2 former UFC champions in 2 fights.
Just cerebral, clinical destruction all the way through.
Let's go, Anthony. Push. What he's done in the 205 division in such a short time is just monumental.
My oh my, is this man's career trending in the right direction?
Bigger, stronger. Anthony Smith is a killer. Looks like a real legit light heavyweight.
Smash!
Both hooks in now.
Don't just finish the round, finish the fight.
It is nothing but misery.
Finish this fight, let's go.
Oh, it is itself!
At UFC 235, the fans are going to see a changing of the guard, and they're going to see a new world champion at 205 pounds.
What a fascinating addition to the light heavyweight division.
Dans le Midwest américain, les fermes s'étendent sur des milliers de kilomètres. Même s'il y a de grandes villes dans ces régions rurales, l'entraînement d'arts martiaux mixtes de haut niveau est rare. L'aspirant au titre des mi-lourds, Anthony Smith, est confronté à cette réalité.
I live in Omaha, Nebraska. I have 3 daughters and a fiance, Michaela. And I knew that I needed a little bit more structure for training camp. But leaving your home to train in a different place in another state for weeks and weeks on end, it's a huge sacrifice.
Is that fun?
I wanted to make sure that if I was going to do that it was going to make a difference. And there's no other place that I would leave my family for than Factory X.
Factory X s'affirme comme l'un des meilleurs centres d'entraînement de Denver au Colorado. Dirigé par l'entraîneur-chef Mark Montoya, les athlètes et entraîneurs
Just throw hands light, but I just want a bunch of kicking out of him.
Se voue entièrement au succès de Smith.
I fell in love with the gym. I fell in love with Mark's coaching style, and he's been guiding me through this whole whirlwind that we've been on.
He comes lead side, a shake. Anthony Smith's a fighter. That's his style. And to see him evolve has been a great testament to the commitment that both he, the team here at Factory X, and I have. That's money. Just stay in posture like that. We haven't won a world title yet in the UFC, but Anthony Smith gets that opportunity. Yeah, see how he's off balance? Time.
Devenir le premier champion de l'UFC du gym signifie entrer en terrain inconnu.
This man is regarded as the greatest mixed martial arts athlete to step foot inside that octagon.
Aucun aspirant au titre des mi-lourds n'a jamais enlevé une ceinture à Jon Jones.
Oh my!
Les aspirants quittent plutôt l'octogone.
Oh, nasty!
En moins bon état qu'ils y sont entrés.
All over him right here in the first round.
We've just seen domination.
Le champion gagne donc en confiance.
You got to be able to match him mentally. He's extremely strong in the mental aspect of the game.
He's such a polarizing figure. I think that he beats people before they even leave the locker room. And that's just not the case with me.
Anthony's a rock. You know, a lot of this stuff just doesn't faze him. You know, he understands it's a fight between two men.
I don't have to try to not be afraid of Jon Jones.
This confidence, this is what comes from destroying top flight competition.
He's never going to shake me. He's never going to intimidate me. He's not going to break me. And everybody's going to see that.
Une confiance en soi inébranlable est courante chez un champion favori pour gagner chaque combat.
From his first fight, we've just seen domination.
Mais Jon Jones demeure prudent avant son combat pour le titre contre Smith. Maintenant qu'une grande expérience est ajoutée à son talent naturel de combattant.
Fights like this, when you have a guy that's such a huge underdog, are the most dangerous for the favorite.
Nice inside leg kick to start off by Gustafsson.
The first time I fought Alexander Gustafsson.
Oh, and there's that right hand. That's what I was talking about.
I really thought I was at a place where I just could not lose.
Look at that.
The champion is cut.
Oh, going high. There's a nice elbow. Oh, that might have hurt him.
Yeah, that's it.
Unanimous decision.
I did win the fight, but I promised myself I'll never make that mistake again.
The rematch is upon us.
You ready to fight? Hello, let's go.
L'évolution de Jones rayonne.
Oh, lead elbow from Jones lands.
Dans son combat revanche contre Gustafsson 5 ans plus tard.
You know, this time, barely got hit.
Jones outlanding Gus by a 2-1 margin thus far.
Clearly outscored him.
Gustafsson's in trouble. That's it.
Jon Jones has regained the throne.
It was beautiful. After the fight, I was completely healthy, and that was very important because my New Year's resolution was to remain extremely active and to compete 4 times this year. I've spent a lot of time under suspension. I feel like it's only fair to the fans to give them what they want, and that's an extremely busy champion.
Les violations des règles antidopage et des écarts de conduite de Jones sont derrière lui. Le vétéran surveille maintenant étroitement son corps.
Just calm down. For the next 25 minutes, we're going to swim really easy. That's all you need to worry about right now, okay?
Il met aussi davantage l'accent sur les méthodes d'entraînement à faible impact.
All right, let's go. Nice and easy. Down and back, guys.
Il a ainsi un avantage physique et mental le soir du combat.
Swimming doesn't break down your body the way that running does. But mostly the struggle is what we built here. It's a good way to get him uncomfortable and kind of scare him a little bit, so that way when he's in deep water, he knows what it's like to be in deep water. Get ready, this one's fast. I want you moving fast. Ready? Go!
Fighting is about 90% mental.
Looking good, John. Keep it up.
Every man has 2 arms and 2 legs, and every guy can hit the gym.
Kick those feet hard.
But what makes fighters compete differently is what's going on between the ears.
Get to that wall. Touch that wall.
My mindset is to respect Anthony, but to go right through him.
À l'approche de son combat pour le titre à l'UFC 235 contre le champion des mi-lourds et grand favori Jon Jones, Anthony Smith voit une chance, là où plusieurs ont échoué avant lui.
Jon Jones is a phenomenal athlete. He's probably the best fighter that we've ever seen do it.
Then go to the body.
But Jon Jones has several flaws.
1, 1, 2. I don't know why people haven't picked up on it before, but, you know, Jon has a lot of tendencies, and, you know, Jon's tendencies fall into Anthony's strengths. We've put together a really good game plan, and we're really, really confident that Anthony's gonna execute. 1, 1, 2. There you go.
Jon Jones est un maître de la stratégie.
He's a champion. He's a man who figures out a way to win.
Smith et son équipe se préparent donc à une partie d'échecs à Las Vegas en analysant les lacunes de la dernière victime de Jones.
Alexander Gustafsson, Jon Jones.
Gus needs to let his hands go. He needs to start throwing more combinations to the body.
It seems to me that he's waiting on Jon a bit.
Alexander really tried to pressure the boxing range.
Alex just got to get in that boxing range, and he can't get there.
He didn't really adjust his game or come with anything new.
A lot of pressure by Gustafsson, but he's having a hard time reaching Jon here.
So Jon was able to catch that takedown basically because, you know, Gus didn't really have an answer.
Good entry there by Jones.
Jon Jones on top.
Gus let himself get rolled flat to his back immediately, so he got stuck here. He didn't try to frame early off the takedown. He didn't get on his hip. So then when Jon went here and put the forearm in his neck, he was really like, oh, really what should have happened is he should have been working, because Jon's head was here, he should have been working to bring him up.
Side control for Jon Jones.
But even if I can't come underneath, now I at least can stretch and start to play my guard.
I'm not looking to go in there and catch Jon with something lucky.
Because he's long like you, when he turns his hips, he's gonna have a lot more space than I would.
Right.
Being shorter and stockier. It's actually gonna be easier to slide the hook in.
I'm preparing to beat Jon Jones everywhere the fight goes.
Keep turning. Yeah, you see what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
So the whole time it's just like, you're turning, you're trying so hard to turn, but you're turning slow so I can follow you really easy.
If I just go in there and I do what we've trained to do, the cards are gonna fall on my favor.
Tous les mi-lourds au monde observent méticuleusement l'arsenal de Jon Jones. Il est donc normal que ce soit pareil à la Jackson Wink Academy, où l'on passe de nombreuses heures à analyser l'adversaire.
Anthony Smith believes that I have a lot of holes in my game. They believe that they're the team to exploit them. But I've been hearing that for 10 years, and so far no one's been able to do it.
Jon's getting better and better with every fight. He watches so much film that he knows what his opponent's gonna do sometimes before his opponent even knows it. He feels really good about the game plan we're already putting in, and we're real happy right now where Jon Jones is at.
We go out extremely prepared, and even though the odds makers take him lightly, we don't at all. That's why I'm here in Vegas with my whole coaching staff.
I think that's all we need here. Thank you so much, John.
Sweet, guys.
Well, we'll just pull you next door, and this really won't take all that long, I think.
Dans la période précédant la prochaine défense de son titre, Jones passe 3 jours dans la capitale mondiale du combat. Il s'entraîne au Performance Institute et s'acquitte de ses obligations médiatiques.
We're just going to basically have you kind of shadow box, hoping that you can work in some of these moves that fans recognize from fights. Actually, right now looks perfect. There, that's good, that's good. Here we go, we're going to roll. Couple head kicks. Superman punch. And look at the camera. Nice. That's awesome. Cool.
La brève interruption du camp de préparation au combat est inévitable quand on est champion de l'UFC. Mais être en bonne compagnie aide à passer le temps.
I got my jiu-jitsu coach here, Professor Roberto Alencar from Brazil. Got Coach Izzy out here with me. It's been a great help and a lot of fun as well. You know, if it's not fun, if you're not having fun, you're not enjoying what you're doing, then it's not worth it. And so, you know, being in Vegas with some of your closest friends, it's awesome. Sometimes it's hard to believe you're getting paid to do this.
This is more than just a team, you know. We are considered a family, you know. So we hang out here and having fun, and it's enjoyable.
I've been fortunate enough to travel around the world with a lot of fighters. There's nothing like traveling with Jon Jones.
What's up, fight fans? Jon Bones Jones here, telling you not to miss UFC 235 when I defend my light heavyweight title against Anthony Smith. Trust me when I tell you, I'm not leaving the octagon without my belt.
Hey, great. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, too.
They want you to give a shout to Chinese New Year to everyone in China, if you wouldn't mind doing that for us. Do you want to try saying it in Mandarin, too?
I'll try. Ni hao, everyone in China. This is UFC light heavyweight champion Jon Bones Jones. Wanted to say well aini for all the support and Qi Jing Chai Le. I don't know how I did, but Happy New Year.
Après avoir fait le tour, d'autres membres de la carte fort chargée de l'UFC 235 se joignent à Jones pour la conférence de presse de promotion du gros événement présenté à la télévision à la carte.
Press conferences are always great. It's a good time to get the fans excited.
First, I want to thank everybody who made it out, all the fans in Las Vegas. Thank you guys so much.
One of my favorite quotes is, if you want to know what's in a man's head, you listen to the words that's coming out of his mouth. So I listen very closely to my opponent.
Anthony, I want to ask you, do you believe that you possess something different inside of you, a skill, a trait, whatever it may be, that he hasn't seen before?
I think that I have the answer, I really do, or I wouldn't be here. We know what's in front of us. We know what Jon brings to the table. There's plenty of footage out there, and to me, it's another fight, and I've been chasing this dream to be a world champion for a long time.
The Lionheart piling under pressure.
Grâce au travail de toute une vie, Anthony Smith est à 2 doigts de réaliser un exploit historique. Un combat pour le titre où il pourrait devenir le premier à détrôner le Goliath des sports de combat et enlever l'or de l'UFC au grand Jon Jones.
In order to be considered the most dominant champion ever,
Let's go, baby. And still.
I have to be able to beat anyone.
And Jon is all over him.
I just see him as a step in this game, and that's what I'm going to do. Step on him and keep climbing to the top.
Anthony Lionheart Smith makes a massive statement.
I'm going to be a world champion.
Jon Jones has regained the throne!
The fight's going to be finished. And still, you're UFC light heavyweight champion, Jon Bones Jones.
La demi-finale de l'UFC 235 est un combat de 5 rounds pour le titre qui couronnera le champion du monde incontesté des mi-moyens. L'aspirante au trône est Kamaru Usman, un incontournable de la scène des arts martiaux mixtes de la Floride du Sud, dont le parcours a commencé en Afrique.
Growing up in Nigeria, I always knew that I was destined for something greater, something better. And my parents knew it because I always told them. Once we immigrated here, we kind of had to assimilate and start to partake in the sports that were big here in America. But it wasn't until I found wrestling that I really decided that this is what I wanted to do.
En lutte, Usman est un naturel et remporte un championnat de 2e division en plus de tenter sa chance pour participer aux Olympiques. Même si des blessures ralentissent sa carrière en lutte, Usman trouve sa voie dans les arts martiaux mixtes quand il découvre un camp en pleine croissance. Les Blackzilians représentaient des athlètes à tous les stades de leur carrière. Des anciens champions aux espoirs en plein essor.
You got a champion heart, you'll find a way to win. Draw power when you fight, the right hand, when you step back, boom!
Ces nomades du combat se réunissent pour s'aider à atteindre le sommet.
Blackzilians on three. 1, 2, 3, Blackzilians!
Each and every day it tested me because I came in as a pure wrestler, and they threw me to the wolves.
Usman se montre assez prometteur pour représenter les Blackzilians lors de l'Ultime Combattant. L'équipe affronte sa rivale de la Floride, American Top Team. Et la carrière du Nigerian Nightmare est lancée.
It all comes down to this.
Usman could just suffocate you, and he's so athletic, and he's learning so fast. And just excellent transitions here. You know, A is an answer for everything Hassan's doing. Hassan's struggling to breathe. I can hear it here from the desk.
Look like a tap.
That's it.
Kamaru Usman comes up huge for the Blackzilians. The Nigerian Nightmare, Usman.
Depuis, les Blackzilians ont été démantelés, mais plusieurs des membres originaux sont demeurés dans le camp d'Usman.
Okay, one more warm-up round. Switch your partners. Everybody with everybody. Big, small, yellow, white, skinny as hell. Cowboys, Indians.
Par exemple, l'entraîneur de coups portés devenu entraîneur-chef, Henry Hooft.
I met him, and he was just a wrestler. We really had to go into the basic of the fundamentals of striking.
In and out, movement. Let's go.
For him to win that tournament was just a statement. That was the first step for him to go to the next level.
Being the Ultimate Fighter winner, this is his big show debut.
The Nigerian Nightmare, that's what he wants to be known as. And I'll tell you what, watching him on The Ultimate Fighter, he kind of is a nightmare.
Oh, he got tagged by a hard left, and Usman's all over him. Nasty ground and pound. Usman! It's not just the wrestling skill and technique, which he most certainly has, but it's that combined with his sheer strength.
Oh, huge right hands for Usman.
He's oozing with confidence.
Oh, big shot.
As dangerous as it gets and unbeaten in the UFC.
Oh!
He made a statement. He dropped him out cold.
170s, get ready. I'm a problem.
One. He's relentless. You get up, he's going to put you back down. You try to escape this way, he's going to follow you.
He's certainly a guy with massive potential.
I'm the most dominant and most well-rounded welterweight on the planet. Nobody can stop me.
8 victoires consécutives dans l'UFC permettent à Usman de disputer une finale contre l'ancien champion des poids légers, Rafael Dos Anjos.
He has applied suffocating pressure to Dos Anjos from the very beginning. Short elbow there on the left side from Usman. Heavy body shots.
Usman showing a lot of confidence in his striking.
And Usman dips levels. But this night will belong to the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman.
You know, I got into the sport and I made a statement. I'm coming for that welterweight strap.
À l'UFC 235 à Las Vegas, Usman tentera de faire ce qu'aucun homme n'a encore réussi, prendre la ceinture au champion à titre des mi-moyens, Tyron Woodley. Comme Usman, Woodley était membre de l'équipe d'étoiles en lutte à l'université et pour ce camp, le Chosen One a repris contact avec un coéquipier de l'époque.
This might be the first time you guys watch me get my ass whooped. You ain't gonna get many, you better watch close.
Qui est aussi le dernier ajout intéressant à l'UFC, le mi-moyen invaincu, Ben Askren.
Tyron was the first Big 12 champion from Missouri, All-American as a sophomore, and we spent so many days drilling together, wrestling together, traveling together.
It was almost a gift and a curse, you know, somebody tough that you have to wrestle every day, a lot tougher than your competition, but also it prepares you for the competition. For wrestling, you have to have a certain mindset. And Kamaru Usman does possess that mindset if he won the NCAA title in Division II. But we're not gonna sit here and compare Division II to Division I. It's night and day. I've beaten so many Division II national champions. I've beaten so many Division I national champions, world team members, Olympians. If it comes down to us just wrestling with no punches, no grappling, I'm going to win 10 out of 10 matches against him.
Oh, he tagged him!
Les antécédents en lutte de Woodley se transforment en capacité à donner des KO dans les arts martiaux mixtes.
That is what we were talking about. We were talking about the speed.
Il obtient son titre de l'UFC avec fracas grâce à la puissance de ses mains.
It doesn't get any cleaner than that, folks.
Avant de démontrer son véritable génie de combattant.
He really understands everything about fighting. Tyron's been intelligent enough to kind of figure out what he does well and how it's going to work against different styles.
A five-time world champion kickboxer. It has been a seamless transition into mixed martial arts for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
He's a sensational striker. He moves like a snake. He bends at the waist and moves back and forth in a very unusual and hard-to-time manner. And he can do a lot of techniques with stunning accuracy that you just rarely see inside the octagon. Look at that spinning back kick.
I completely shifted to fighting a karate-style fighter.
Oh! Woodley hurt him! Oh, he hurt him again! And still!
Then I went from that to one of the best grapplers that our sport has ever seen.
The level of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that Demian Maia possesses is just off the chart.
So a decidedly different challenge for the champion here tonight compared to his previous defenses against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Good timing there by Maia, but beautiful stuff by the champ. Tyron just shucked him off there.
Maia has one way to win. He's got to get the takedown. Woodley knows that, so he's counting on his wrestling to back him up and then his power to defend that.
Oh, he got tagged.
So a new career high, 23 takedown attempts for Demian Maia. He has yet to land one. The path to welterweight gold still goes through Missouri.
And I went from that to the up-and-coming fighter, the young guy that had a lot of power.
Oh, beautiful uppercut off the backhand.
That left hand is ferocious. It's a rally of punches here from Darren Till. Everyone and anyone, I don't care.
Many people thought a fighter like that could put the pressure on me, that maybe it would have been his time. But I'm not gonna let this young kid come out there and take my belt.
All eyes on the knockout artist, Darren Till, tonight. They are watching in Liverpool and beyond.
There's a cult of personality about this young man. There's something about him. He's magnetic, and he's scary.
And tonight, he can become a true star by beating a guy as accomplished as Tyron Woodley.
All right, sir, you ready? You ready, sir? Let's go, fight.
Tyron's starting much more aggressive than he normally does.
Tyron sticks and moves.
It seems like Tyron's trying to set a trap for him by backing up to the fence, and then he counters with that pullback right hand.
Oh! He's knocked down for Woodley! Till covering up! Tyron Woodley, big elbows now!
Oh! Tyron Woodley's landing bombs! He's getting smashed!
Oh!
Tyron easily just stepped over into half guard now. Oh, look out, he's looking for a dart.
Darren Till not the tap in tight. There's the tap! Tyron Woodley remains the welterweight champ!
I dominated him, so I want to take it up a level.
UFC welterweight champion of the world, Tyron the champ.
UFC 235, I'm going to knock Kamaru Usman out.
He shut it all down tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tyron Woodley's landing bombs!
Le champion incontesté des mi-moyens, Tyron Woodley,
There's the tap!
incarne bien le vedettariat lié à l'UFC. Des plateaux de tournage au studio de musique.
My single, I'll Beat Your Ass, is coming out next week, featuring Wiz Khalifa.
La vie au sommet peut être étourdissante. Mais pour le Chosen One, un mode de vie de champion est nécessaire à la paix d'esprit.
I live a chaotic life. That's why I do the music. That's why I do the acting.
Yeah, hey. Yeah, hey, right here.
It takes my mind off of the severity of I'm walking in and somebody's trying to hurt me. Somebody's trying to take my belt. So we went to a studio session.
We're at High Five Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. One of Ty's friends called me from St. Louis. I mean, we brought him here because this was the best studio in Milwaukee. We make hit records here.
A lot of my music is made on real facts. Like, I might have been feeling this type of way when I walked into the studio, or somebody might say something completely off the wall. I'm like, oh, no, I like that, I like that. Yeah, yo. That's what music is. Everybody doesn't have exactly what they want to talk about. Sometimes it's a beat, sometimes it's an energy, and you feed off of that. Let me step out of here, and I'm gonna keep writing.
You want me to kind of just have it start from the beginning of your verse and then go to the end of it?
Yeah, that works.
All right.
I can see that he's looking at like every angle to make it the best song possible.
And it's kind of weird how that's like a bridge/verse.
So it needs like a pre-hook, hook, and then bridge. He really takes it serious like it's his craft.
Music is just another form of art. If I'm fighting, that's mixed martial arts. If it's acting, that's an art. So now I'm just trying to expound and just lift my ceiling up.
En Floride, l'adversaire de Woodley à l'UFC 235, Kamaru Usman, continue sa vie de combattant avec ses coéquipiers qui le guident depuis le début, comme l'aspirant au titre de l'UFC, Anthony Johnson, et l'ancien champion des mi-lourds, Rashad Evans.
I was at the stage in my career where, you know, I had the highs and I had the lows at that point, you know, and I needed that spark plug in my career. And being around him, he was how I was in the beginning, you know, always wanting to train, and he just had that hunger.
He used to come in the gym with a singlet on sparring days. Singlet on sparring days.
Froggy, I'll still do it, you know?
He didn't know how to throw a punch to save his life, but he knew how to wrestle. That was one thing. And I still remember the day he punched me in my mouth for the first time. That's when I knew he was evolving into something special.
I was like, he's got some potential to do some things on the next level that could surprise a lot of people.
I started this journey with these guys, and I know that, you know, our co-founder with Rashad, Glenn Robinson, is gonna be looking down right now, and he's gonna be like, wow, I knew this was gonna happen.
Today is all about this way in. It's all about Kamaru. It's all about the support to Kamaru.
En septembre 2018, le cofondateur de la première équipe de combat d'Usman, Glenn Robinson, meurt subitement à la suite de ce que l'on croit être une crise cardiaque.
2, 3, 4, 5. Our house #1, and we'll do it again.
Son souvenir pèse lourd chez les nombreuses personnes qu'il a touchées.
There's people that step into each and every athlete's life that are instrumental in your development as not just an athlete, but as a human being. And Glenn was one of those guys. So tomorrow, go again.
Rest, recover, repeat.
He was instrumental alongside Rashad Evans in kind of kick-start my whole career.
Glenn, he brought us all together. And we were a crazy bunch. We got our ambassador right here of that time and era about to do his thing.
We're gonna do it for the home team, you know. We started together, we're gonna finish it together. Becoming a UFC champion is validation for Glenn Robinson, validation for Sugar Rashad Evans. This is for the Black Zillions, Henry Hooft.
Henry Hooft dirige maintenant la préparation au combat d'Usman.
Here we go, 1, 2, 2.
Le vétéran de près de 90 combats de kickboxing fera en sorte que son élève sera prêt pour l'affrontement au style particulier contre Tyron Woodley.
They'll wrestle, but both these guys want to knock people out. And Kamaru's striking is getting better every fight.
1, 2. Nice. 1, 2.
My path to victory is doing whatever I want to do. I can knock you out if I want. I can take you down and beat you up all night if I want to.
2.
Whatever Woodley gives me, I'm going to take, and I will be victorious.
He already showed on his way to the title fight how great he can be. Now it's time for him to shine, you know, and get that belt.
Hooft inspire confiance à Usman pour son combat pour le titre contre un champion d'expérience. Il écarte la nature effrontée de son adversaire.
Your coaches are supposed to tell you you're ready. They're supposed to tell you you're prepared for this. Even if you're not, if they told him that he's ready, he can beat me, they've prepared him to fail because he's going to walk out there and he's going to get up. They're great trainers and they're great training partners and they're great coaches. They've done an amazing job with that team, but they haven't been on this level. My coach Dean was the #1 lightweight in the world at one point in time. He's fought the who's who of the sport.
Din Thomas est l'entraîneur-chef de longue date de Woodley. Et la Rufus Sport Academy leur a encore ouvert ses portes pour que les deux se plongent dans le combat.
Coming to Wisconsin is a great situation for us because we're able to just eliminate distractions. Ira can sit down and focus, and we sit around and discuss the fight plan, and, you know, to have Duke Rufus around, we love it.
Please stay in, coach.
Le dirigeant du gym parachève la préparation de l'équipe en ajoutant l'ingrédient final.
Stop near the gym. Stop. Like you're stopping a takedown. Oh, that's it.
À une recette pour le succès.
Exactly. Stop him and rock him. There it was. Dean and I work so good together, and Tyron's so coachable. Right when you hit, squeeze your hips like you're stopping a takedown. All right? We look at every fight as an opportunity to get better. Show me the And anytime a tough guy like Usman, he's getting his title shot, he's going to be hungry. We're prepared for that, though. We want him to bring it because it plays into some of the new weapons we have for the fight. Yes, stab the head, hook up. Nice.
They think they want some. They don't really want none. The chosen one!
I'm gonna finish him. And I don't just say that because you guys want to hear it. I say that because that's what I've done.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm always trying to knock him out. I'm always trying to go for submissions.
Tyron Woodley made a statement.
And he doesn't have enough skills to stop me from doing it.
Oh, he tagged him.
Oh, knockdown for Woodley.
Once he gets in there and realizes who he's up against, he's going to know that I'm special. I'm a different breed.
Big takedown for Usman.
Tyron Woodley's in for a bad night.
À l'UFC 235 à Las Vegas, Woodley et Usman passeront de la parole aux actes. Dans un combat pour le titre de 5 rounds qui mettra la table au combat de championnat des mi-lourds, présenté en finale entre le roi régnant John Bones Jones et l'aspirant débordant de confiance Anthony Lionheart Smith.
That is a fighter's fighter right there.
I want to see this fight end with John Jones flat on his back, wondering what happened.
I'm going to give the fans exactly what they want to see, which is high-level mixed martial arts. I'm going to be finishing this fight.
And chill!